welcome to my pick a card channel, the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm here with a pick a card reading for you. And today's topic is actually from the comment section. I've been trying to draw more suggestions from the comment section about what type of pick a card topics you would like to see covered here on the Tarot Cottage. So be sure to drop your comments below with your suggestions for readings and for topics that you would like to see covered. I live to serve. And if you do that and you're a subscriber, you all automatically get entered to win a free reading with me. So be sure to do that. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit your notification bell if you enjoy this content, share this video. It helps me to bring you guys more messages, but it also helps to establish you as my subscriber so that I can enter you in for your chance to win a free reading with me. And I will notify you in the comment section if you're chosen. I give you clear directions on how to reach out to me and get the ball rolling. So be sure to protect yourself from anybody who's sending unsolicited DMs who may be posing as the Tarot Cottage. I don't want anybody to get scammed by people who are impersonating tarot related content here on YouTube and also on Instagram. But for today's pick a card topic, today is all about a message for you from your guides that you need to hear. So a sign coming in from your guides. I asked Spirit to kind of draw people to this reading that require a message from them, that require a sign from them. So hopefully there will be little details in this reading that will give you the confirmation that this is actually your message. And it's very important for you to follow your own intuition in all tarot readings that you follow, because tarot is an introspective tool for the individual. And it's important to pay attention to the sort of triggers that come up in our readings, but it's really important for us to reflect upon them later and see which of those details fit for us, which of them are challenging us, and which of them we should just throw out the window, for instance. So always trust your intuition to guide you on all tarot readings that you may sort of involve yourself in. But for today's topic, we are looking at a message from your guides that you need to hear, a sign from your guides that you need today, perhaps about your future or about anything that you're afflicted by or concerned with right this moment. The 3 piles, Daughter of Cups for pile number 1, pile number 2 with the 3 of Cups, and pile number 3 with the Queen of Pentacles. And my timestamps will be listed below as always. I'm going to jump into pile number 1. Again, today's topic is all about a message from your guides, a message that you need to hear, or a sign from your guides today that you need to hear about current issues or the future. Pile 1, pile 2, pile number 3. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the Daughter of Cups, which is the Page of Cups, and this is your reading. What is a message that you need to hear today from your guides, from your angels? This is a sign for you because this Page of Cups is asking you to trust in the process of what's going to be revealed to you. You can see that this little signet is moving into all the colors of the rainbow, which is showing the full spectrum of what is coming. It could be in relation to love, actually, with the Page of Cups. This is also asking you to trust in your own intuitive prompts, trusting in what you're going to be shown to make definitive decisions about yourself, about love, about progress moving forward. But this could be a good sign that you have love coming in, or that something unexpected is going to be arriving in your life. So let's take a look. A message you need to hear, a sign from your guides and angels about what is coming, what to expect. We do have the 2 of Swords. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Judgment. And it's coming out with the 3 of Swords at this moment. So we're going to put those together. We have the King of Cups. We have the Devil. Back of the deck, we have the 3 of Wands. They're also showing us the King of Swords. So we're going to clarify this as we go forward here. Here's the Hanged Man. I just heard the term share more than expected and see love come around. We have the High Priestess. We have the Moon. We have the Page of Pentacles coming reversed. we have the Four of Wands. Back of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Now, what's really interesting about this spread, I am reading for the collective, so please take the messages as they resonate and leave behind those that do not, of course. So I will have multiple energies that float in with multiple scenarios, and I'll try to cover as many as possible that I'm seeing. But there is this feeling about being in a present position where we're not happy with where we're sitting in life. And it could be within the context of a partnership now. It could be in the context of not having a partner yet that we really can rely upon, that we can really trust in. Because we're in this process right now of loyalty versus decision. Loyalty for our heart versus loyalty towards what the collective expects of us. And you are at a crossroads, and your guides are encouraging you to trust in your intuition or trust your gut to make these choices or make these decisions about what needs to be removed from your life, even if it's a person. Because they're talking about this King of Cups, that this may be a very emotional king. It's like they know how to use that emotion for their gain in some way. And they're not being presented as like an emotionally manipulative person, but they are being shown as an emotionally immature person. And so this could create, it's like they know how to play that card. It's like they know how to make problems, or someone in your life who has created issues for you. And so there's a lot of reflection about how other people have influenced your life and how other people have influenced your path and how they've created disappointment. If I'm being quite honest with you, we do have the Three of Swords here. We can't deny that. We can't deny the rumination. And they want you to look to the future, and they want you to make decisions based on your highest good and your heart space and your abundance. Because you may be making decisions that keep you stagnant in a position, in a relationship. Could even be career with the Queen of Pentacles, but it's really heavily motivated by the heart here. So it does feel like a partnership that we're contemplating. And it's like you are so used to being loyal to what everybody expects you to do that you're not loyal to your own heart. And this is where we need to reaffirm that. That's why we're at this crossroads, and we have this choice to decide, what are we going to surrender to? Are we going to surrender to the same old, and the same path that we've walked, and the same frustrations, and the same arguments, and the same conversations, and the same conflicts? Or are we going to surrender to the opportunity to pay attention to what we've already been shown here and make a decision based on us now for our highest good? And that's where that message repeats itself, where share more than expected and see love come around. And sharing more means perhaps sharing of yourself, maybe sharing with even a current partner or someone that we're in a complicated situation with, where we're being honest about our experience and about what we've observed and about what it's doing to us. Because your guides say that, that's what I love about readings like this, is that it's our higher self coming forward to us to grab our hand and to pull us out of wherever we're sitting. They show us what our issues are in the present moment. And in this moment, we have this moon sitting in this place of limbo for you, which means that maybe you felt stuck for a really long time, but loyalty and logic keeps you stagnated. And Spirit is talking about you finding your person. And acknowledging as well that if you are currently in a partnership and you're afraid to hurt that person, that perhaps it's not all black and white for them either. Perhaps there's more to their emotional field and the more to their opinion of this situation than meets the eye that a conversation could help correct. That's why they're asking us to share more than expected and see what comes out of that honest reflection, that honest observation. Because as we move over here into the future, we have the Devil and we have the Four of Wands. And the Devil can feel like an attachment. It can feel really restrictive. It's something that's no longer good for us, something that triggers us. And we have to acknowledge when something is no longer good for us. And we have to take action upon it. Admitting that we're an alcoholic, for instance, is the first step. But we could admit we're alcoholic and never do anything to change it. And then nothing ever changes. And so Spirit's really here to kind of challenge us as well to say, what needs to be released? Because if we're not changing it, we could be choosing it. And your guides feel like they want you to look for the future. They want you to look to the future. Because in the future, they actually see you perhaps in a completely different relationship, if I'm honest with you. And that's what you don't see beyond the black and white perception that you're holding right this moment. That's why they're asking you to go forth, trusting in your higher self to guide you, even if you feel like you're taking baby steps and they don't make sense right now. The Daughter of Cups brings forward this clarity, brings forward the full spectrum, and we don't know what that holds unless we go towards it. We can stop ourselves from going towards it because of fear, but then we just keep experiencing the same thing. And so your guides really want to challenge you to trust in your higher self and to take the opportunity that this disappointment and these observations have actually created for you. Sometimes we can move into a victim mentality with the Hanged Man, where our hands are behind our back, and because they look like a number 4, it's like we're kind of stuck, concerned for the home. We're stuck in this in-between, not prioritizing ourselves. But Spirit is really concerned about the type of outcome that you're going to receive. Again, we just continue to see this devil in the future position if we're not triggered to create change because of it. And if we look to the future, it's like they see a completely different outcome for you than what you could be anticipating. Yeah, here's the Temperance, and look how beautiful that is. Knight of Cups coming forward, Page of Pentacles. They're speaking here about a benchmark of opportunity that comes in for you this year in 2025, where we're being asked to not sabotage ourselves and our own happiness, and to lead with vulnerability. It's going to start with conversations perhaps with current partners, and then it's going to move into conversations that are very collaborative, and perhaps a lot of surprises coming from the heart of a current divine masculine energy now. But what is beautiful about this is as soon as I was seeing what's coming in for you, the devil here, you know, I don't like seeing them interchangeably like this, but this is a good sign for you, because if the devil's already here, we've already bypassed Temperance, and you may be keeping the peace, but it may not be yours. But with the Temperance coming in, if we're triggered in the right direction, if we take the opportunity to be vulnerable, to move into the future, Spirit says that you may very well move yourself back into balance. A true sense of balance that is authentic to you. And they want you to know that they feel like you deserve it. A message you need. A sign from Spirit, please. And they're asking, like, if we need permission from our higher self, you've got it. You've got permission. Sometimes the Queen of Pentacles is more concerned about people other than just herself. And you are concerned about a divine masculine, perhaps. There's father figure energy here. So you could be concerned about children. But they also want to challenge us to say that, you know, children need, bad things can happen. Children need support. That's what they need, so it doesn't turn into trauma. And children need to see happy parents as well. We have here, you are safe and protected at all times, the Guardian. And they're also referencing how you're kind of like this guardian wolf. You're like the alpha wolf. Even if they're speaking about the divine feminine, you're like the alpha wolf. And the alpha wolf always puts themselves last. The alpha wolf brings up the rear. And so this is what they're speaking about, you always putting yourself fast or last. But they're saying that if you can allow yourself to be supported by others, or allow yourself to be supported even by the unknown, by taking that leap of faith to take action before it even perhaps comes completely into view for you, then Spirit says it's like, then you can see what it feels like to be supported. Trust in your higher self. They're speaking about praying. Maybe you've been doing a lot of praying lately as well. And it's time to go forward in confidence. Be bold and take charge. Taking charge about your own truth. Bringing up those hidden wisdom codes for you. And they say that it's time to choose your priorities and eliminate all the distractions. And the truth is that you're the priority at this point in time. Oops. We have time to be flexible. Now, this card always reminds me of the Knight of Pentacles, so you may not be ready to really impose a lot of Spirit's perspectives today. That's okay. They're speaking here about the potential for you and how you've perhaps put your potential aside for a really, really long time, but it's now time to see the light. It's now time for you to explore that potential. Back of the deck is the Thinker, and you may be considering your foundations. They're sitting on a cube, so you could be considering foundations within the home, maybe even within career. There was a very heavy presence of the heart here. So they were prioritizing love in this reading, but if this resonates for career, it could be applied in the exact same way. There's a lot of contemplation, and this is a reflection period that Spirit requires of us after every spiritual experience. So it's time for us to unpack how we felt triggered, how we feel in this moment, and what we need to do to create change. And they're also asking us to kind of look at the perspective, if you are not afraid to be unapologetically yourself and to speak from the heart, what type of life would you be leading? Because they feel like you deserve that. Let's get a charmed bowl. Whoops. A charmed bowl, please, for pile number 1. A message you need from your guides and your angels. Oop, we're missing the bowl. Here is the Knight of the Swords, the Knight of Wands reversed, and the Hermit. So Virgo energy. A lot with the Queen of Pentacles here, Virgo, coming through. And, you know, Virgos in general are just very practical sometimes in their decision making, but sometimes that practicality doesn't serve them. It serves other people, but it doesn't serve them. And we're needing that Virgo energy to ground ourselves to the perspective of what is, but we don't have to feel like there's nothing we can do to create change. That's why this Knight of Swords jumped out of the bowl and didn't come into the bowl, because we're jumping to a conclusion, or we're running forward with a perspective that requires more reflection, I feel. Even with this Knight of Wands, they don't expect us to be impulsive about taking action today. They do know that it probably requires you to be careful or cautious with how you handle things, but they are promoting honesty. We have a nickel and a dime in the bowl. The nickel is from 2015. It's the beaver. I do think of like a family-oriented creature with the beaver. I think of May and Taurus. We have a dime, and this dime is from 2009. And I also think of the Six of Swords and transitions into peace and clarity. We have no matter where, and we have be lighthearted, things coming to light. They could be referencing children again in the bowl as well. And making decisions with the dragonfly. It's about being hungry for your change and changing directions if you have to mid-air. We also have here this gray mermaid. So I do think of Virgo again, and I do think about being called to your own inspiration, but it feels dangerous. And it does feel a little bit dangerous to kind of be pulled into the water by the mermaid. But in this case, they're trying to inspire you because they know that you feel anxious about creating the change. Pile 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. Drop your comment below. Share this video if you feel called to. And if you do drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me, be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can notify you if you are chosen the winner. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading, and that link is below and it gets updated daily. But I hope you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage. I hope you have a beautiful day. So pile number 2, you are drawn to the Three of Cups, and this is your reading. A message that you need to hear today, a sign from your guides. And the Three of Cups is all about abundance, actually. It's about having fun. It's about going out. You can see it looks like a sun is setting. We also have these birds that are not in flight, but they're kind of commiserating together. So you may feel like things are perhaps drab or dull in your life at this time. You may feel like there hasn't been a lot of movement in your life when it comes to good things or good news coming in, but this is a beautiful sign of perhaps news on the way or good news that's coming in for you too. It could also be a request from your highest self to incorporate more play and fun into your life so that we can get things jump started in the future. Pile number 2, a message from your guides and angels. We have the Ten of Pentacles. That's a beautiful place to start. The Ten of Wands. The Five of Wands. Keep hearing that song by Shania Twain, Up, Up, Up can only go up from here. We have the Two of Swords. Page of Pentacles. Back of the deck is the Death energy, and here's the Hermit. What's interesting is they're showing me a seeing eye dog, and that could be specifically for someone watching, and you'll know if that's your message, especially if you have a seeing eye dog or some type of therapy dog or something like that. They're showing me that, but they're also specifically showing me the seeing eye dog because it's like sometimes in life we can feel blind about where we're headed. And all we can do is compare ourselves to other people. And this is where your guides and your higher self is coming forward saying, you often compare yourself to other people, and it's not a competition, but it can sometimes feel like a competition, and there's a jealousy that comes in. It's like we're frustrated. So the seeing eye dog is like the loyalty that they have to what's actually written in your future, because we start with the Ten of Pentacles. And I love that. And what I love about that the most is that we have all of these lanterns coming up here on the top of the card. And then we have the Hermit, who often carries the lantern. And you'll see that there's these little pearls that are connecting each lantern. And so it's like this light, it's like seeding the light. It's like a firefly energy of asking you to hold on and just follow the inspiration as it comes, because this is what's coming in for you. And this is commitment cycles. This is relationships. This is like abundance and finances. Whatever your concern is right now, if life is just not that much fun, or we don't know where we're headed, that can feel heavy. That can feel really, it's like we can be afraid of that. But now we can see that this animal, this ox or whatever it is coming down the hill. So everything's downhill from now. From this point forward, we're coming to a crossroads where we're at a precipice of change. Things are changing. And your guides are just trying to bring you back to a reality check of what we're actually sitting in, or where we're actually at right this moment in your journey. Because we can get pulled into all of those emotional realms where we get jealous and we compare and we feel frustrated and we can't hear what our guides are trying to communicate to us, because we're blocking out that message with the angst and with the fear and with the worry and with the anxiety. And these are old habits and these are old thoughts here too. But this is where they're like, let us be your seeing eye dog. Let us guide you. We have loyalty to what you deserve, and we have loyalty to what you wrote into your Akashic records when it comes to commitment cycles, or again, abundance in whatever form that means for you. This is a collective reading. This Ten of Pentacles can mean family. It can mean homes. It can mean career. But it's everything we're looking for. It's everything practical that comes into play for us. It's all the practical things that we have to weigh against other people's practical things. And this is where they're trying to just shift your perspective, because they're worried that you're surrendering to the negative side of influence right now by feeling stuck and stagnant. But I just heard the sun is setting, the road shifts a new way. They're actually speaking about 2025 being critical for you in change. So you have a lot of momentum and opportunities that are coming in for you. And they're just asking you to try to maintain a balance until that point. Here's the strength. They're also showing it with the Five of Swords, because it's our ego that will combat against us. It's our ego that says, well, you don't have what Julie has over there. Maybe Julie is married to the most perfect man, and she's got the perfect family, and she's got a great career. But we fail to admit what maybe Julie had to go through in her own comparisons and her own fears to achieve that goal. But the ego's definitely going to jump on that perspective and try to make us feel limited. But this is where your guides are like, you have nothing to worry about. It's all downhill from here. Again, if you're worried about finances, this is abundance. And I often say the way that I read, it's not like everyone else, but I put down my first card and the Spirit gives me a lot of information. And then I throw down the rest of my cards. It shows me the steps. They meet us where we are so we can face up to whatever issue we need to face up with, whatever obstacle we need to get over, so that we can arrive here or take the steps we're guided to take to get to a place of more abundance. So your guides are just letting you know what they see. That if we can zoom out to their perspective, you're not going to feel this frustration, and you would never compare yourself to anyone else either. This is just your nerves and your anxiety talking. And they're speaking about being really worried about connection and being really worried about what the future holds. Eight of Pentacles. But this is the perfect opportunity for you to be focused in your resolve and hold firm boundaries about what you deserve and what you're trying to manifest. Because it's easy to sabotage opportunities or ourselves in a negative perspective. And this Queen of Swords is here letting you know that she is the person who's made all these observations from the past. She's the person who's going to take those observations and turn them into something productive. So if we felt stuck, if we feel like we're not progressing in our life in whatever region of our life needs it, the work realm, the career realm, or the love realm, whatever realm of our life we feel like is not on par or we're not up to the standard of the collective, this is where your higher self says, I'm here to kind of change your perception. I'm here to help you not compromise by keeping yourself down on that level of negativity. The view is much better from up here, is what she's saying. The view is so much better from up here. And things are changing. And the only work that you're being called to do is to enjoy this moment fully, which is difficult when we feel challenged. But because we have so much energy that we're monopolizing towards comparison, we can just call that back and then stop comparing energies to ourselves. Or we can take that comparison and apply it in a new way. We can say that there's no one like us. There's no one that can beat us. There's no one that we're competing against. There's no one like you. You are a singular virtue in this world. And to compare yourself to anyone is a disservice to you, and it's a disservice to them. We have the Star reversed. They are worried about a depression that's coming in for someone as well. They're also seeing that if you are interested in like love, you don't want to go online to perhaps look for love either. So there's a frustration about the direction that you perhaps sometimes feel pulled to look for new opportunities. And this is where your guides are saying that you have people coming into your life that are going to monopolize your focus enough that you're not going to have enough time to compare yourself to other people anyway. And they don't want to treat it like this person is the solution. They're not the solution because your perspective is going to play such a major role, but they want you to know about what's coming and that there's a strong momentum propelling you forward towards what you want. They also see you moving, like somebody's physically moving home, maybe building a home in the future as well. They see a lot of growth and movement for you, especially over this next 4 years. They say this year brings about a new person in your life. It's like, it could start out as friends. It may turn into the romantic realm, but it could start out as friends. But there's people coming into your life that are going to be in the future with you. And this person that's coming into your life right now, this is where they're saying this is what you have to look forward to. Don't focus on what you don't have. Focus on what they're showing you is coming in, because this person is, I feel like you will move in with this person, or there's going to be growth. Maybe they're in a different city, but you end up moving together. There's movement for you. Not to worry, because worry is wasteful and useless in times like these. And it does feel kind of wasteful. Your guides are really saying the worry is wasteful because of what they see. And if we can see a positive light with that hermit energy, if we can, you can see this hermit is rising above in meditation, heading up the staircase. Because that's what we can do. We can use these lanterns, use our pearls of wisdom. The lanterns representing perhaps the past influence. The pearls of wisdom is our higher self, asking us to take the initiative or to take action in our own life towards new people coming in, because they are part of that future. It's like they're part of the key to the optimism that you're going to start to experience. And they do, again, they do speak here about like feeling ignored by the universe or feeling overlooked by people in general. Creating almost like a mild depression for some, maybe more depression for others. We have the fates playing a role, and it's number 17, the Star of Aquarius, coming in here as well. And never underestimate what Spirit has in store for you. We have regeneration coming here on the back of the deck, and restoring your faith in yourself, restoring your faith in what your future holds. And they actually see this coming in again in 2025. They're saying for some people, this is going to happen within like the next 4.5 months, 5 months, where you have new people coming into your life, where your opinion of the future just changes and shifts. They are speaking about a communication cycle that opens up, and they're encouraging you to be very direct and honest with like what your goals are, because it's going to be a clear directive to energies coming in and options coming in for you about who's on the same page as you and who isn't. Yeah, we have my home is my castle, and I love this card because of all the turrets that she's holding. Every single turret that she creates, every castle that we're building with effort, we're taking it with us, good or bad. And in this case, Spirit's asking you to shift towards fate and opportunity and the infinite possibilities of the unknown that are going to show themselves to you. Because we are manifesting right now, weaving flowers on the back of the deck. We have beauty, dare to be tender and strongly vulnerable. It's okay to trust in your own confidence. I keep hearing that song by Demi Lovato. What's wrong with being confident? Relax. Delight in the powdered gold sunshine that is going to show and reveal itself to you. And Spirit just feels like you can relax because you have nothing to fear. In fact, they want you to actually celebrate because this time in your life is coming to a close, and there are people and collaborators coming in that are going to change your focus and your opinion. The people that are coming in, or the person coming in rather, they bring a lot of peace to you. It's like maybe that's their personality type. They're just a very calm, supportive person. In the bowl, please, for pile number 2, 9 of Wands. Hold on, hold on. The best is yet to come. I just heard. The best is yet to come. We have the Knight of Pentacles and we have the Devil. Now the Devil is reversed, which is actually really good because they're speaking about detaching ourselves from a negative or dangerous connection, or even a negative opinion. It's like we're unattaching from this. They're saying that this person coming into your life is going to prove themselves to you. Like it's like time's going to take care of it all. Like if you just give yourself time, time's going to reveal everything to you, and this person's going to prove themselves to you as well. It's like this person, there's a lot of strength and patience with this person coming in. We have S-H-A. We have the crescent moon, which is our intuition, and it's the purple crescent moon, which is a really good sign of you stepping into empowerment. It's next to the tower, the Eiffel Tower that has fallen over. So they're speaking here about old cords of pain fading. They're speaking about permanent change coming in. We're not going back. They want you to know you're moving forward. We have forever, so perhaps finding your forever person. We do have divine masculine energy with the whale and expression coming through, so it could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And we do have the Queen of Swords with this stone, so you could also be an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. Drop your comment below for your chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading as well. And I just hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the Mother of Pentacles, and this is your reading. A message that you need to hear, a sign from your guides today about the future or about current struggles that you're experiencing in this moment. You can see that the Mother of Pentacles has a little child with her. Sorry, my throat is a little scratchy today. She's got a little child with her, so there could be motherhood associated with your journey, or that could be a concern for you too. This could also be referencing your inner child and security and safety that you may be concerned about. There could be a financial concern that you have on your mind as well, or maybe even a commitment concern about the future as well. So let's take a look and see. I'm using the Golden Girls Tarot for you today, pile 3. A message that you need from your highest self, from your guides and angels. A message meant to find you. A sign from your guides. What does pile number 3 need to hear? We have the Queen of Swords. A lot of Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The Mother of Pentacles can also be connected to Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Oops, too many. Seven of Wands. We have the Emperor. Eight of Wands. The Strength. Back of the deck we have the Knight of Wands. We have the Devil. We have the Eight of Swords. Let's clarify as we go forward. Queen of Cups. Seven of Cups. The Chariot, reversed. I heard that song. I don't remember who sang it, but I heard that's the line from the song, "Say something, I'm giving up on you." That's what I just heard with the Chariot reversed. And here's the Strength with the Strength. Lots of Leo energy coming through. Here's the Lovers and the Nine of Wands. Now, and I feel like children could be a factor for someone watching, so please take that detail as it resonates with you and leave behind those details if it does not resonate with you. But we have the Queen of Pentacles here making a current decision, and your guides and angels are coming forward to offer you the full spectrum about this current decision. And they are saying that there could be there's similarities here to pile 1, so there could be messages waiting for you in pile 1. But I feel like here at this Chariot in the reverse position, it's like we're losing momentum or we're giving up hope on something. And it could be a marriage, if I'm honest with you. And again, children could be involved. There could even be this aspect of divorce or something looming, or you could be in the proceeds or something like that for someone watching too. And like there is a lot of, it's like these different versions of you that have to coexist at one time. It's like maybe you have to be strong for children and independent. Maybe you have to make a lot of decisions and you have to take on a leadership role, but you're still a sensitive person. You still have a fragile heart. And this is still emotionally difficult to deal with because there's a lot of emotional confusion and a lot of doubt that comes in. And sometimes the doubt tells you that there's still bones to pick here and that we need to salvage it here. And they're highlighting like an emotionally, I don't want to use the word like manipulative, but I feel like this, like Aries is being ruled here with the Emperor, and we have the Chariot, which is Cancer. And so I feel like this is like a very emotional person or somebody who is very passionate, but they're very emotional at the same time. So sometimes that comes out chaotically. Sometimes, you know, with this Emperor energy, they could be the personality type that gets really emotional very quickly, whether it's anger, whether it's happiness or fear, whatever it is, they get really emotional. And there is this strong momentum that's propelling you forward and you can feel it. But it's like there's emotional confusion coming in for you too because of matters of the heart, maybe because of children as a factor. Like you're taking on so much on your plate right now, and it's like you're afraid of where this path is leading you, and you're afraid to even take the path of where it is leading you is what it feels like. But they want to remind you of, because they're speaking here about building an island with someone, building a life with someone. But it's like we can build that, but then still feel really lonely in it. We can build a lot of abundance and still feel really lonely in it. And they want you to prioritize your experience because you matter and you prioritize everyone else. But that's where the emotional confusion comes in. Your doubt comes in because you don't prioritize yourself. And so they're speaking here about giving yourself the permission to take action, maybe even legal action, if I'm honest with you. And they're saying that you're worried about what type of chaos that could create. But your angels are here to try to placate your fears. They're here to try to tame them a little bit. Because there is this fear that comes in every time we start to worry about legal issues or we start to worry about disrupting balance. That is just an aspect or an opportunity for our ego to come in to try to convince us that maybe we didn't feel what we felt, or maybe what we feel is just confusion, or maybe it's not logical for us, or maybe it's going to be too difficult for us, maybe we're going to cause too many problems for other people. But this is all where we're second guessing ourselves and we're not being honest with ourselves in that moment, because we're feeling the momentum propelling us forward to the truth, and then we try to dissuade ourselves from taking that action because we've built something with effort. And we have this idea in the collective that if we spend time investing in something, then we have to promise to stay there forever. If you decide you want to be a doctor and you go to school to become a doctor, it doesn't matter if you hate it when you graduate, you have to stick with it because you put so much time into it. But this is just a collective expectation. We don't have to listen to the collective expectation. We don't have to jump through the hoops of it. And when we recognize that we have been jumping through the hoops and we're getting tired of that, we're allowed to stop jumping. We just have to give ourselves that permission. Everyone is going to have an opinion. We are going to be the ones with the biggest voice in that opinion. And I just heard the term skin in the game. It's like we have skin in the game. So it's like there are reasons why we feel conflicted. There are reasons why we deny ourselves because we put other people as a priority. But Spirit says that is not the way to manifest positive growth for you. And even if you're making decisions based on, even if you're holding back because of the influence of children, the kids can see it. They can see it anyway. And we need to make choices based on not just our good, but ultimately on the highest good of children in general. When they see parents that are making decisions that are generous with themselves, they will feel more free to make decisions based solely on their own good in the future when they are in similar situations, or if they ever move into similar situations. So your guides understand the frustration that you're feeling, but they're trying to encourage you, to give you the sign that you need, that it's okay to make a decision based on your highest good. It's okay to make this choice and to take action upon it, even if you don't know exactly where it's going to take you. Here's the Devil, there's the Eight of Swords, because this is where you're fearing. You're fearing it's going to take you to conflict, and there's the Tower. But they also, there's the Empress. They're referencing Shady Pines, which is a nursing home in the Golden Girls. And they're referencing like doing it now, or like planning to do it when I'm really old, or planning to do it later. And this is where they're here to say, we're not promised that time. We're not promised that we're going to be able to make it till our children move out of the house and we're going to be able to then speak for ourselves and then make decisions based on our highest good. We're not promised tomorrow. All we have is the present. So they're speaking as well about procrastination. And they're also saying that this person's not going to change. This masculine energy, they're most likely not going to change. So it's time to make a decision based on your highest good. And it's time to have the determination to fight for yourself. They're also talking about the determination to fight for the house. For someone specifically watching, like you could be concerned about the practicalities of things and like homes and money and things of that nature. They say if you fight for it, you'll get the house. That's what they just said for someone watching. That won't resonate with every person, but they say if you fight for it, you'll get the house. I also feel like you doubt your own initiative. You doubt this own prompt. It's like you sometimes convince yourself that it's not a need. We have follow the white rabbit though. Curiosity will meet opportunity. And you can see there's a clock in behind Alice. So they're talking about falling down the rabbit hole, giving yourself over to a curious dream about what could be waiting for you on the other side of this choice. Manage to be glad. Create your own happiness regardless of conditions. And they're not denying that, when we see the Tower and we see the conflict, we're not denying that perhaps we have to go through a little bit of fire to experience a new foundation phase. It says manage to be glad. Despite conditions, Spirit says happiness and a little frustration can coexist in the same moment. Back of the deck, we have choices. The Lovers coming through. The Lovers here multiple times in your spread. Feeling blocked and restrained, but it's just one choice that could change everything. Advice, please, for pile number 3. We have Turtle. Stop trying to make something happen. And it's about surrendering, and they're speaking with the turtle too. Every time I think of the turtle, I think of the divine feminine leaving her babies on the beach and walking away. Like there's this reference of like being so worried about like the concerns for little people or concerns for other people's experiences, and how just in nature, the turtle shows more faith in the future than we do. Shows it knows that the things are going to work out, or it trusts in the process of things. And this is what they're asking you to do. They understand that you may not be able to rush to action here, that it may require careful planning, but they want you to immerse yourself in the expression, in the inspiration that you've received, and they're encouraging you to follow it. And they're talking here about like lateness, not being too late for it, making sure that we're not procrastinating it to a point where it feels more like emotionally convenient, because Spirit says it may never feel emotionally convenient. They're also encouraging us not to try to make someone change. We have Move. A rolling stone gathers no moss. And look at the early dewdrops before they disappear with the morning sun. It's time to discover what kind of stuff you're really made of. It's kind of time to discover what the future can hold for you. Because again, they speak to time being important and making sure that we're taking advantage of current energies and current opportunities. Let's get a charm bowl for pile number 3, please. Advice from your guides and angels. Whoopsie daisy. Here's the Justice reversed. The High Priestess reversed. The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse position. They are speaking about somebody who's like stubborn. You could be dealing with a very stubborn divine masculine energy. They're also referencing here too that this person isn't moving, or maybe they're not working, or there's just something about this person that they're not putting effort into themselves, or they're not putting effort into the connection. They're not putting effort into career. Like they're just not putting in a lot of effort. And there's a disparity between who's doing the work and who's willing to put an effort towards things. You could just feel like you're overwhelmed with everything. And they're also speaking about such a stubborn focus that this person doesn't see where they're going wrong. Like they're just not, they may not even be capable of it, if I'm honest with you. Because they have such a rigid view of almost like unfairness. It's like they think that they're a victim sometimes, that they may not be capable of leading from their own intuition to make changes for you. So you may have to be responsible for the changes you want to see, perhaps within a relationship or perhaps overall for yourself. We do have lemon making, oh, they're showing me like that lemonade song by Beyonce. So it's making lemonade out of lemons, making the best out of a bad situation. We have strength and Leo. Leo being very significant here. We do have Aquarius and changing directions, making decisions. The hammer, persistence. It has the red handle underneath. So they're speaking here about empowering ourselves through the work that we do. We also have here the present, 2 presents. Sometimes I think of December with those because they look like Christmas presents. We also have here the peace sign reversed. So it's like a lack of communication, lack of clarity, which equals lack of transition. And they say that you deserve something more than lemonade. You don't have to make the best out of a worse situation. They say that you can make something brand new. Pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. Drop your comments below for your chance to win a reading with me, and be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can notify you if you are chosen. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading, and I do update that shop every day, so keep checking back there. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage. I hope that you have a beautiful day.